Hello everyone, my name is Theogas Donald Melky Fleming. I will present one issue of the 21st century curriculum. The issue is Information and Communication Technology and the School Curriculum. The content of this material include background about the 21st century and its challenge, issues about that, and recommendation that can be given. ICT and school curriculum. In this 21st century, competition in various fields of life include education, and especially education has become more intense. We are faced with demands on importance of quality human resource who are able to compete. Quality human resource or competence, which are produced by quality education, can be the main strength to overcome the problem at hand. Education plays a very important and strategic role in building a knowledgeable society that has 21st century skills, namely technology and media literacy, in an effective communication, critical think, problem solving, and collaboration. One way to do this is through improving the quality of education. Improving the quality of education requires that development of an educational curriculum that is in line with and supports students to be able to live and compete in this 21st century. That is the 21st century curriculum. The format of education in the 21st century, according to Asep Harry Hermawan, is as follows. 1. Cyber e-learning. Cyber or electronic learning is a learning through computer technology or the internet. 2. Distance learning. Open and distance learning is a learning model where teacher and student do not learn in the same place and time and do not meet face to face. 3. Quantum learning. Quantum learning is a learning method adapted to working of the human brain. And 4. Cooperative learning. 5. Society, technology, science. And 6. Accelerate learning. So, in line with the demand for quality education, all aspects must be well supported apart from the curriculum side as well as the ability of the educator. According to UNESCO's investigation, there are 5 benefits that can be achieved through the application of ICT in the education system, namely facilitate and expand access to education, increasing equality in education, improving the quality of learning or the delivery of quality learning and teaching, increasing teacher professionalism development, and increasing the effectiveness and efficiency of education management, government, and administration. Well, the benefit of ICT can also be seen from various aspects, including first, curriculum and content. ICT as source of knowledge with a capacity and scope that is almost unlimited. In this context, ICT can be used for data management as a means of communication between educational institutions, centers for developing teaching materials, media for curriculum development, and as a community for comparison of competence standard. Facilities and infrastructure. Information and communication technology provides significant benefit in the provision of educational facilities and infrastructure. ICT in schools can be in the form of internet, digital libraries, multimedia laboratories, etc. Human resources. Master and use of ICT for the benefit of learning is one of the competency standards for elementary school teachers. Next, educational institution administration. The administration of educational institution is one of the lines of education that is greatly helped by the presence of ICT. The management of student, teachers, class, material, and extracurricular as a core process in administration becomes easier to do with greater accuracy. All this because the facilities provided by ICT have several features to help with administrative problems. Next, management and policy of educational institution. Educational institution needs to develop school management information system, decision support system, school-based management information system, and so on. From the various system development, accurate and up-to-date information can be obtained as the basis for school management to adopt school policies. From opinion about ICT above, we can draw the conclusion that ICT is really very useful in the learning system in our times, where all aspects have development into a modern one. So, what's the problem? Why is this a curriculum problem? The main obstacle in the use of ICT in learning phase by teacher in school is the limited supporting facilities and infrastructure. The facilities and infrastructure refer to our computer, laptop, and InFocus. The next obstacle that is quite high and in influencing teachers to use ICT in learning is the availability of internet and signal network. Furthermore, the next obstacle is the availability of electricity. Teachers' limited technical knowledge about information and communication technology is the next obstacle in the use of ICT for classroom learning. Then, fear and consideration of the negative impact of using tools such as cell phone and laptops in school become obstacles for teachers to utilize ICT in classroom learning. Due to the fear of misuse of these ICT tools, school issued a policy prohibiting teachers from bringing cell phone to school. The smallest obstacle preventing teachers from using ICT is related to the data management. Apart from this measurement, there are other types of shortcomings that have been pointed out by some previous researchers, such as lack of time, lack of ICT training, lack of opportunities for self-development, and so on. Another most common challenge reported by teachers was, for example, their lack of time. They don't have enough time to plan amazing technology lesson plan or explore different aspects of the World Wide or WWW or software. Some teachers comment that it takes more time to design projects that include the use of new technology than to prepare lesson for teaching in the traditional ways with book and worksheet. Nicolopoulou and Gyalamas group the challenge of using ICT in the learning process from the three aspects, namely lack of support. In order to have successful integration of ICT in teaching, principals need to provide appropriate support to a teacher. First, integrating the use of ICTs need to be integrated into curriculum, and teacher must have clear plans for using ICT in teaching. Second, school leadership needs to have a clear vision and mission for integrating technology and have a plan to make this happen and invest in ICT for classroom learning. Third, the government needs to allocate education infrastructure investment that encourage the use of ICT. Lack of confidence. According to Basak and Govender, one attitude that teachers have at all levels is a lack of confidence in using ICT in their teaching. Many teachers are afraid to use ICT in their teaching and become anxious when it comes to using their ICT knowledge. In addition, many teachers also lack knowledge about the benefit of ICT in education. Next, lack of equipment. According to Balance Katet, all accessibility of ICT resource does not guarantee successful implementation in teaching, and this is not only due to lack of ICT facilities and infrastructure, but also due to other problems with as a lack of high quality hardware, appropriate education software, and access to ICT resources. Recommendation. Solution that can be done in overcoming problems experienced by teachers in mastering ICT in learning include the following: providing complete and adequate facilities for every teacher, providing ICT facilities that support learning in every classroom, carry out routine training program in the field of ICT for teachers, providing appropriate time allocation for teachers in preparing for learning using ICT. Carry out training activities on effective and efficient learning method compared to conventional methods that have been applied so far. One of alternative solution overcome the barriers to using ICT is the application of the BYOD. Bring your own devices. Bring your own devices model. As is known, technological advance have entered all levels of society. Even the advancement of technology in household is much faster than that of most schools. With the limitation of technology that schools have, teachers can carry out ICT-based learning by asking students to bring laptops, smartphones to school. This tool can be used for the implementation of information and communication technology-based learning. Through the use of the internet, the reference material being studied is more extensive. Teachers will find it easy to carry out student-centered learning. In short, utilizing ICT in learning is a mandate of the 21st century curriculum, where learning is carried out based on various learning resources. The teacher is longer the only source of learning. In addition, based on the principles of curriculum learning, the use of ICT can increase the efficiency and effectiveness of learning. Therefore, it is very important for teachers to use ICT in learning, starting from the planning, implementing, and assessing learning outcomes. The most important solution is the implementation of training for teachers in using ICT for learning, so that teachers have good abilities in the field of ICT. And the provision of facilities is also very important, because a good teacher's ability to use electronic media will be useless if the facilities are not available. Thank you and God bless. This is a reference for my material. I hope it is useful. Thank you for studying together with me. See you again and goodbye.